And the poem I'm going to read tells the story of a journey you can go on with me. It was a pilgrimage to a sacred shrine in Japan. It was 1973. I was 21, living in Shingu and dedicating myself morning, noon, and night to Aikido. Aikido may best be known as a martial art, but the founder of Aikido described it as an active form of prayer and always emphasized the one world family philosophy. My teachers in Shingu introduced me to meditation, chanting, prayer, and pilgrimage. And there are places all over Japan that are considered sacred, and people make pilgrimages to them a lot, even in the modern world. And you'll hear a little bit of chanting, Japanese chanting, both Shinto and Buddhist chanting in the poem. So I titled this poem, Following in the Footsteps, out of a sense of gratitude to my teachers and to their teachers for the gift of spiritual connection that transcends barriers of race, culture, language, age, and gender. Following in the footsteps. He gets off work at 11, picks us up at midnight. We squeeze into his car, 3 Americans, eager to follow our teacher along the sleeping coast of Japan. 3 winding hours to Tsubaki Jinja, the shrine of Sarudahiko no Kami, who guided the deities of heaven in their descent to the earth at the beginning of time. No priests up yet. We doze in the tiny Toyota, uncomfortable in the winter's chill, until dawn reveals the lines in our teacher's face, weary from swing shift at the factory. Into the prayer hall we follow him, where his own teacher, the founder of Aikido, once made an offering of his art to Sarudahiko no Kami. They say sparks flew from his spinning staff like lightning in the night sky. A deep silence resounds in this hall. The wooden floor gleams, inlaid with sacred symbols, triangle, circle, square. The priest begins the purification ceremony. Sound rises from the earth to the high plane of heaven. To the rhythm of the chant, he adds the solemn thump of a drum, a lilting flute, free as a jazz player's jam. He kneels on the tatami in priestly robes, a stiff black hat, 1,000-year-old fashions from the imperial court of Heian. Our teacher wears khakis and a thin jacket with a company logo. Wooden staff in hand, he leads us in the steep ascent of the sacred peak behind Tsubaki Jinja. Suddenly he accelerates faster than my eye can comprehend, floating effortlessly up the mountainside like Enno Gyoja, the Yamabushi mountain ascetic, who, they say, flew magically over these same slopes 13 centuries before. He disappears around a bend. I will not fall behind. Legs pump hard, push rapidly up the trail after him, legs strong from pushing off the mat in the Aikido dojo every day, long hours of hardship and joy. I give it my all, but I'm losing ground. I can't sustain this. Then his voice reaches down to me. Maka Hanya, the Heart Sutra's opening phrase. I sing it back to him, repeating the sounds. Maka Hanya, and he proceeds, Haramita, Haramita. I link with him, drop into a rhythm of foot and voice and nothing else. Shingyo, Shingyo. I follow in his footsteps, phrase by ringing phrase, until we emerge steaming with sweat and sound into the clearing at the top of the peak. Silence opens wide. The Pacific stretches before us. The waking patchwork of rice paddies and village houses, the dark tops of sacred sugi trees surrounding the shrine. Following our teacher and his teacher before him, we raise our staffs to the empty sky and bow. In unison, we begin to move, to spin, to gather the light. Thank you. And there's one more thing that I want to do with you, that we shall do together before we take a little break. And that is, you know, there's, in the traditional Japanese culture and the spiritual traditions of Japan, there's a lot of chanting. And, you know, there's just a little bit of the poem. And some of it is, you know, quite elaborate, Buddhist sutras and Shinto Norito chants. And then there is also a tradition, an indigenous spiritual tradition of just simple sounds that are sounds of spirit. And they're very easy to do. And they're sounds, the chanting sounds that I've been taught by my Aikido teachers. And they come out of the Shinto tradition. And so let's do some together. There will be many voices, one world, okay, for Japan. And when we make the sound, you want to open your mouth and feel the sound in your body and feel that vibration in your body. It's very natural. And then feel that expanding out. And expand out as far as your mind and your spirit can carry it. So we'll fill the room and we'll fill the world and we'll touch the people in Japan with their own ancient traditions. Okay? So I'll do it once and then just join in. And you can come, it's not singing, any note is fine. We make a natural harmony. But I'd like you to try to stay with me in terms of timing, because I'll take a breath in between each time we do the su, a, o, u, e, i. And we'll do it about 5 times. As they say, onegai shimasu. Let's begin. So I'll do the first one. Last time.